Hi guys, so today I am doing a race around Laguna Seca at night using the Chevy Camaro GT4 car. Had to be the Chevy around an American circuit. So we are starting around 10th place and we'll see how far up the field we can get in this nighttime race. So pulling away, make sure all of our lights are on. This isn't a track which I'm overly well acquainted with, but it's kind of one I know from previous racing games. It seems to be in every single racing game in existence. So we'll see how well we go. I've raced it a few times in ACC. Let's just try and warm the tyres up a little bit, get a little bit of pressure into the tyres before we start. As you know, I always hate the start procedure in single player. In multiplayer it's much better because you can do a full lap. You can kind of spend the whole lap warming your tyres, prepping the car, but in single player you only have a few corners, which is not ideal, but we'll go with it. So pull up to the back of the Ginetta here and go. Green light already. Okay, so we'll pedal a little bit cautiously into the first few corners. I mean the first lap or two we'll probably play a little bit cautiously. Everyone in front seems a little bit tentative, a little bit slow, so let's see if we can go around the outside here. Oh, what is going on? Everyone's just randomly braking in the middle of a straight line, but we, on the inside of the Ginetta there, we've gained a few places off the line, so that's a good start. So immediately up to 8th place already. So we've got a little bit of a gap to the BMW in front, about a second. Let's see if we can rein that in. Let's just be sensible in our first few laps around here at night time. I think the qualifying for this was during the day, so have to regain all of our braking points at night. Into the corkscrew for the first time. This is probably one of the best corners on any track. That was nice and tidy, coming around there. And then you've got this weird little corner afterwards where you want to accelerate, but you have to kind of lift off and brake mid corner. There we go, nice and tidy. And I found during practice and qualifying I always outbrake myself into the last corner. So we'll have to learn to brake a little bit earlier during the race. You'll probably see me running out wide a few times because that's my preferred line, but I should brake a little bit earlier into there. So braking into the first corner for the first time at real speed. Just kind of following the pack in front. I need to learn where we're a little bit faster than them, see where we can potentially overtake, but we need to. Been in 8th place, we want to get as close to the front as we can by the end of this race, so we need to make short work of these cars. We're very close. I think this is going to be a good spot to overtake. Let's see, on the inside of the BMW. Very close, but we've made that stick quite easily. I think that's going to be a good spot because you can get a little bit of a run out of I think it's turn 3 in the corner before it, the very fast right-hander. I think that's turn 3. You can get a very good run down there, and as long as you get the inside line, it's a surefire move. So I think that might be a good spot throughout the race to overtake. Into the corkscrew again for the second time. We're a little bit wider that time, but still nice and tidy. This Chevy isn't the easiest, kind of most agile car in the GT4 grid, but it works. It's good fun to race with. So just following this KTM, and of course again, see me braking late there, kind of missing the apex, not ideal, but hopefully I'll get a little bit better going through the race. So turn 1's a tricky one. It's not, as you can see, I don't really gain on the car in front. It's not an easy overtaking zone, despite being immediately after the longest straight of the lap. It's not overly easy to get on the inside of a car there. Probably because you go over the crest that big hill beforehand, but we're very close coming here into this fast right-hander. And again, look, can we get down the inside here? We've got a speed advantage. We brake a little bit later, there we go. I think this is going to be our main braking zone, overtaking zone throughout the race. And there's a scary, very fast left-hander there. Got a huge bump on the inside, a huge sausage curb. It's very tricky to actually get the braking point right there and get it turned in. And of course, again, we are definitely faster than the McLaren here. I think maybe into that left-hander next lap, we may well be able to get him. Got a bit wide there. That's a little bit of oversteer on the way out. Try and get it turned a bit earlier. Still braking too late. It's deceiving, that corner. You think you can brake later than you can, but you should really brake earlier. You can see we get a good run down here. Can we nip to the inside of him? Let's try it. Yes, there we go. It does compromise the exit in. Is he going to cut back on us? We're very wide out there. But we get a good run. Get a good run and stay in front. So there's a bit of a gap now. Got a bit of a gap to the car in front. Let's just focus corner by corner. Try and make progress going forwards. Gain on the car in front. Oh, it's a little bit wide there. Onto the gravel. Braked a little bit late there. Ran a little bit wide, kind of mid-corner. Had a bit too much speed, and then it was tricky left. It's so hard to judge your braking zone turning into there. Going over a crest, it's just a short dab on the brakes, but it's very hard to get right. Just need to focus on clean corners. That was a little bit tight on the inside on the way out. Oh, hit the bump. That's not the ideal line. But let's just focus corner by corner. I think we're gaining a little bit wide there. We are closing in on the car in front. Got a better line through that time from the last corner. Not quite as wide. But we're a second up on the previous lap, so that was good going. Personal fastest lap there. Just keep it tidy, just got to focus. Oh God, ran really wide there, but didn't lose too much on our lap time. Again, just need to be wary not to overdrive the car. That's the tendency I have. Every time I try to close a gap of a second or more on the car in front, I always tend to overdrive the car. Need to hit every braking zone. Again, a little bit wide there. Not the ideal way through that corner. We've lost about a tenth on the last lap. Just try and nail this. That was better. That was a much better line through there. And then just hit our braking zone. I always feel I can carry a bit more speed through there, but if you do, you'll completely mess up your exit. Okay, and that was good. A bit wide, a little bit wide, a little bit too enthusiastic on the throttle. Try and hit the apex, there we go, an early turn in. That was better. We are getting to grips with that last corner. We're a quarter of a second up. So we're definitely gaining. As the engineer said, thank you. Gaining through sector 2. And another personal fastest lap. Again, I do like this first corner. It's two corners in one. Get a continuous line throughout. We're half a second up already on this lap alone, so we've been pretty tidy through 3 or 4 corners. Just seeing if I can turn the traction control down, but we're already set to 2. I don't really want to go much lower than that at the moment. Gaining a lot on this lap. A little bit wide coming out of there. Nothing too dramatic. Yeah, look how close we are now. I think it's going to be, again, if not into the first corner, it'll be into that left-hander. It's kind of, I think it's turn 4, is where we could get this R8. A little bit wide coming out of there. We're still almost a second up on our previous lap coming through here. This could be a fastest lap of the race. That's quite a nice tidy, not so tidy last sector, but tidy-ish lap overall. Quite happy with that. Yeah, the fastest lap of the race, here we go. Not close enough to send it down the inside here, nowhere near. Let's try and keep it tidy through these first few turns. Nice and tight through there, good exit. We might be able to get him into the left-hander in a minute. This Chevy's handling quite well, actually. I thought it was going to be a bit kind of clunky and heavy around the corners, but it seems to be holding its line. As long as you brake early enough and don't carry too much speed into corners, it's alright to drive. So you can see we gained on him there, but not enough to send it down the inside. So that's probably another lap. We've got to wait now. There's no real overtaking zone. We're gaining on him here. This is not the place to try and overtake. Absolutely not. Just keep it tidy. Just stay close to him throughout the second half of this lap and into the first few corners of the next lap. We may be able to get him. But look, we're almost a second down just from following this car in front. So you can see how much he's actually slowing us down compared to our previous kind of more hot lap where we had a bit of clean air. There's a good run out of there. I think we could get him down into the first corner here, let's see. Keep it really close. Stick it down the inside and there we go. Can we get it slowed down in time? Run a bit wide. He's up the inside, but we have the better run on the exit that corner. There we go. Another position. And now we've got a Mercedes AMG, I think, in front of us. Okay, let's try and keep it tidy and slowly close in on him. A bit wide there, that's not quite ideal. And then into here, just carry the speed through. Can use the curb on the outside. I need to learn to carry a little bit more speed and run a little bit over that curb just to kind of maximise my speed through that corner. I don't think there's any cars ahead of these two. I think we're in third position at the moment. That was quite nice and tidy through there. Gained a quarter of a second almost through that corner alone, but although we compromised our exit by going a little bit more aggressive, so actually it kind of cancelled itself out. But another fastest lap of the race, just. Not quite hitting the apex that time. Not the ideal line, but let's see if we can just make inroads here on the car in front. A little bit wide. Oh, that was not great. But these two are definitely, you can see how much faster these two are than the Audi we overtook a little while ago. So we're setting kind of personal best lap times at the moment. You can see we're 2/10 up. We're not overly being held up by these guys. So we have to see if we can get past this Mercedes. Got 6 minutes left of the race. Okay, got a good run there. Got a monster run, but again, just can't send it down the inside of the corkscrew. Nowhere near fast enough for that. stick with him. Let's see if we can get him into turn 1. It's nice and tidy through the second half of the lap. You can see we've lost a bit of time. Now we have closed up to him, so he is a little bit slower than us overall. That's about half a second, where we were about 2/10 up at the beginning of this lap, I think. So he is slowing us down somewhat. Are we close enough to send something down the inside? No, definitely not. Kind of lifted off the brakes a little bit there, just to see if we could stick it in on the inside of him, but we weren't quite close enough. Again, just try and get a good run out of here. Oh, had to over brake a little bit because we're a bit too close to him. See if we can get a good run down here and we might be able to take him. On the inside. Again, not quite close enough. We have got a very good run out of there. We cannot overtake him. We need to lift a little bit just to stay on the racing line behind him, because I'm not stupid enough to send it on the inside of that super fast left-hander, but we might get onto the corkscrew here. This is brave. Over the crest, he's still there. He's still on the inside of us. Giving him a lot of space there. I probably could have been a little bit more aggressive, but I didn't want to make contact. Couldn't see where he was. But that means we know we can overtake now on the inside of that corkscrew. Just needs to be a little bit more aggressive on the exit. It has let the guy in first place get away from us here. We've lost a lot of time. 1.7 seconds that lap. We are slower. So if we're gonna go for a dive like that, we need to make it stick. Absolutely need to make it stick. We're not close enough into the first corner there. Let's take a wider line, see if we can get a good run. Good run into turn 2. No, it's not an overtaking spot there. Not close enough. Again, we close up on him here, which means I have to lift a little bit. Which then compromises my turning speed there. Oh, running wide. Just need to be a little bit more controlled through there if we want to overtake him into this corner. Again, we've got a huge run. Just losing time. I cannot get past him into that corner. Just need to stay behind him and lift off a little bit, because we're just losing time by putting him alongside like that. We're not close enough to even think about it into the corkscrew here. Let's just stay tidy on this last part of this lap. Keep it right behind him. Again, we've lost 1.2 seconds over our fastest. It shows we could be all over the guy first right now if we'd have got past. If we'd have made that move stick last lap through the corkscrew, we could have been all over first place. Let's just focus, try and get a good exit out of here. A little bit tight, a little bit too early. Not going to be close enough. We're not going to be close enough into the turn 1 here. Using all of the track and a little bit more on the way in. I was going to be a little bit slower through here, so I don't compromise my exit through the next corner. It's a bit better. We're a little bit further behind, so I should be able to carry a little bit more speed through here. Get the accelerator a little bit earlier. That's it. And we're just closing, pull to the left. And there we go. I think that's second place. Running a little bit deep there. He's going to stick with us on the inside. He's going to have to live, surely. He's not, he's staying with us. Oh, that was close. That was very close. Right, we've got a minute 40 left. And I can't even see the guy in front. I'm not sure we're going to get him. Just see what we can do. See how much time we can make up. Oh, God. Oh. Not the right line. Absolutely not the right line for the corkscrew there. Again, I just need to not overdrive the car. Just see if we can gain enough. I think it might be beyond us, but second place. Yeah, last lap, we're not close enough to even attempt anything around this lap, so let's just keep it tidy through this last lap and take a nice podium. We can try and go for a fastest lap. Let's see if we can try and go for a fastest lap in this last lap. Yeah, just nice and controlled through there, all at the curb on the way in. Try and maximise our mid-corner speed. Not doing it overly well. We're losing a bit of time. There we go. Pulled a little bit back on the exit there. See if we can carry some speed through this corner. A little bit wide. It's not ideal. Slow it down. Need to slow it down for there. It's an okay line. That's all right. Got to make up a little bit of time. Not the best line through that corner. To compromise my mid-corner speed a little bit there. You can see we are gaining on the guy in front, so if we had another few laps, run it very wide on the penultimate corner, and then we're through the last corner and we're almost 2/10 down, so not quite a fastest lap, but a good effort, and we did gain on the guy in front. Oh, P3! Oh wow, there was somebody, there was a runaway leader up there, which I didn't see. Wow, okay, so that made that move on the Mercedes a little bit more important to get a podium there. You can see the fireworks going off and running very wide. Let's just end that there. So yeah, P3, we're over 10 seconds off the guy in first. We were... Probably could have stayed with him if we'd got past those cars earlier, because we were, as you can see, over a second faster than the Mercedes. But there you go. There is a nighttime race around Laguna Seca. See us once again on the podium. Again, if you like this style of race gameplay with me commentating over the top, then give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and let me know in the comments below, and I'll look to make some more. But yeah, look at that. 11 seconds off the guy in first place. He had a lonely race with the guy in first, but yeah, Chevy 2-3. That was okay. But I'll see you next time, guys.